One. Hello everyone, this is Saturday at Westy Remix in Dallas with Nicole.
Thibaut.
So we worked on, the name of the intensive was Magical Transition. No,
Magical angles.
Angles.
That's not gonna stick, but cool.
So the goal was to work first on the frame and see if we hold the posture on the frame to make sure we can, inside of our bodies, create different angles and influence all partners inside our hands.
Yeah.
First into the flow and the movement, and then more in place and how we can react with each other.
Remember we talked about first the structure. We can move and have the mobility within our frame. So if we hold a nice strong frame, we can have the mobility directly inside of that structure, but without breaking necessarily that frame.
Yeah.
Shoulders don't want to lift or roll forward. They want to stay generally towards the back, so that we have the space more in the chest.
Remember these images that we had in our mind, like the frame is never in front of us, where we easily would disconnect the shoulders. It's always almost, if we see the frame as an object, it's always supporting and on top of the back. So we want to see the frame more here than directly in front of us. So think about that when I'm moving. I always keep my frame with me, even when I have a pinch forward, I'm able to disconnect with my frame. Always keeping it with my back and the shoulder blades. Yeah, really important.
So we saw a few examples. The first one, we're using momentum to help with the angle change.
So on the transition stretch to compression leaders on 2, I'm going to create a pitch forward at the same time starting my angle towards my left side. So it's going to be here a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Finding here opposition directly. 5 and 6 shaping directly and my upper body going to the side. Keeping the tension more towards the chest than the hips. It's going to be 5 and 6 change your state. 7, 8. You want to keep the circular action, so instead of coming forward towards my follower, I'm going to go around in the pocket that I have directly in front of me. So I'm here 6, going to be 7, 8. After that 9, I want to start to think about my line, not staying linear. So it's going to go 9 down the line, 10 starting the rotation going down for the 10, triple rhythm, 11, and 12 for a prep. And directly triple step like this, triple step.
Remember, we're keeping a circular action, so we're staying away, keeping the space from our frame, not allowing it to be linear in that way. So as soon as we start the circular action, I'm going to keep my space for the 3 and 4. I'm going to walk, 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 prep. From here, I want to have opposition directly in the frame. So I'm not releasing the frame, I'm keeping the distance away from my body. My leader's going to guide me down and up. I'm going to keep my frame engaged as this happens. Plie on the left leg, right leg stays straight.
Look linear, so it's not just my hand going, but my whole body is creating the momentum of the rotation. So body, and then support your forward for the prep directly.
Remember, find space for the walk, walk at the end so that we can have tension to then go and triple down the line, triple in place.
Yeah. Second example that we had was more as a leader, how I can stop my core with an angle and create a shaping around my forward.
So no momentum.
So we have right to right, 1, 2, 3, and a 4, 5, 6. I want to stop my forward. Going around directly.
Remember the frame here, the connection is more forward, so rotation down in the elbows, slightly forward in the hands.
Find resistance to make sure we ask the floor to stay in place. 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to go around. Look leaders, I'm not just in front. I like to take a step more on the diagonal to make sure I have the right direction for the 10. 10, I'm going to prep and rotation and pull down directly. 11 and 12 and pulse. You want to go towards your left and the triple step to find the exit.
So followers, we have a triple rhythm at the end. The transfer happens and triple step. So make sure that that's in place. Leaders, you're leading your followers down the line as that happens. We can also find opposition as leaders stop us. We create that space first. As they start to travel around, I like to create opposition in the frame. So almost thinking of like creating a circular action from the chest and the back. As they walk around, creating that space. And then from there, I'm already on the right foot to then prepare for the triple step. Yeah?
This is all a concept. You can of course change the structure at the end. You can really decide whatever leaders makes sense for you to do. But this is the example. Just facing this way. Triple step, 5, freeze, move, move, move. Prep and triple step to finish.
Yeah, and then last little option was the followers creating something different, something changing. Usually it's with an angle, so giving some inspiration and proposing an idea, not imposing the idea.
Yeah.
So if we go into an underarm turn, I can decide to stop my energy in place, start to give a slight rotation in the body, my leader will take it from there. So because I'm giving a free arm, I'm offering that to them, they can take it from there.
5, 6, it's an example again, triple step to finish, triple step, and the 1 and the 2.
So if we actually do that without stopping, what that could look like?
It's a 1, 2,
I
and 3,
stop,
and the
rotate.
4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I could do rock and go too.
Yeah.
Tiara, rock, and step. So I could be even faster on this position.
Again, that's an example.
Make sure you always have the eyes on your follower, especially when you feel there's something different in the connection. I could do something totally different at the end. I would advise you to even try to stay in a right. For example, here, 1, 2, 3, and the 4. Let's try. Go. Cool. Maybe a little turn at the end. Hook and triple step. Just making sure that we're always in communication, respecting each other. Yeah? Music one time?
Yes.
Do it.
Do it.